Jesus.
It's April 1st, 2019.
And that's no joke.
April Fools on Twitter. I wanted
Horrifying.
to jump off a cliff.
Hey, Tom Brady, you're not funny. Don't try to be. When he sent that, he sent was it a tweet or an Instagram post? I'm retiring. I'm spending all my free time tweeting.
That's crazy.
I was like, okay, Tom. That's great.
I told you my daughter Ruby's April Fool's joke. She told it to me a day early. She said, "Hey, Dad, I'm gonna tell you April Fool's joke a day early." I'm like, "Okay." He goes, "Hey, Dad, I don't like you. April Fools."
Yeah, so she's joking.
That's Spets. Hey,
She does like you.
We're in the new studio, the new radio studio. It was redone, so our voices are now crystal clear. These are brand new microphones.
Yeah, they're very erect. They're like erect that you have to speak into, with big bulbous heads, skinny shaft, flat balls. That's what this microphone looks like. Whoa. A big
It looks like a microphone.
phone.
So
Looks like a big phone.
They redid the studio. I don't like one aspect. I can't see stuff. Stuff is behind like a mirrored glass now.
They tinted the glass for the engineers and the producers, probably because the engineers and producers didn't want to see the talent. They can hear them, and that's in this medium. That's all that really matters, isn't it? But also, you and I have noted this studio seems smaller now. It's the same size studio, but the set within the studio seems smaller. And a direct copy of the TSN regional hockey studio that is near our television studio. I gotta be honest, thumbs down on this studio. It doesn't look
It has changed
as good.
my life.
No, Brian Hayes is lying if he thinks this is better than the other studio. This is worse.
It looks very small.
It looks small. It looks temporary. Someone worked really hard on this studio, and they let a lot of people down. A lot of people.
Oh, by golly, Jesus.
Stuff. What's the feedback from everyone that's been in here to host shows?
So far, so good, I'd say.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, everyone's a bit more diplomatic than I can be. I saw Andy Petrillo. She hosts the Leafs Lunch radio show on local TSN radio, and she looked unhappy with the size of the studio. She looked upset to me. I'm just reading between the lines. She didn't say anything, but I feel like I could read her.
So it's the exact same studio, the same dimensions, but somehow they made it, I don't know how they made it seem smaller.
Well, the desk is smaller, definitely. We're closer together. I think they wanted that, right? They wanted a bit more, because we should give a bit of background here. They've expanded the local afternoon drive time show with Jeff O'Neill, Brian Hayes, and Jamie McLennan. Noodles.
Big hit. It's a big hit.
Huge hit. Very popular. And so they've expanded. All 3 hours of the radio show is now on television. That's TSN 4, I believe it is. Right, Stop?
You have to keep switching. I think
it's the first 2 hours are on 4, and then the last
4.
hour is on 2.
Last hour's on 2. So bottom line is you can see all 3 hours on television. So they wanted to do a new television-friendly studio, which I guess this is. I guess, again, they're closer together, so maybe there's a bit more intimacy. Jeff could reach over and touch Jamie if he wanted to, or punch him.
It's the cuddle studio.
I will say this. I'm a bit gassy tonight. So what I did, I'm sitting in Jamie's spot, but I switched Jamie's chair with Jeff's chair, and now I'm farting in Jeff's chair. I'm just smelling it up.
I'm sure that happens because people sit in these chairs all day long. They've got the morning show.
And it's material. It's not leather. It's like some sort of upholstery. So the smells are seeping into the fibers of the chairs.
I like our chairs in our TV studio. We're the only ones who sit in it.
That's right. We can fart in them all we want, and it's just our farts. I don't want other people's farts. You know, it'd be a cool radio contest to see if the listeners would smother their faces in Jeff and Jamie's chair seats, and really risk a good bout of pink eye.
It'd be a strange contest, but sure, I don't care.
And whomever didn't get pink eye was the winner.
Hey, you know, I almost didn't make it here on time. I was very worried. Just before I came here, there was a police officer in my home.
Oh, they finally got you. After all those years, all the things you've done, all the speeding tickets.
I called them.
Oh.
See, for the last year, our town has been plagued by two little like two children who have been harassing everyone.
Oh, really?
They ring.
Those two children? Sydney and Ruby O'Toole. No?
They ring my doorbell like 3 times a day and just run.
That's so awesome.
So they run down the street and I stand on the sidewalk. I'm like, I can see you.
What do you call it? Do you call it Nicky Nine Doors?
No, my kids call it doorbell ditching.
We called it Knocky Door Ginger. What? That's what we called it, Matt the mascot. You want to go play Knocky Door Ginger? What? Some widow named Ginger. We go knock on
So
her
I call.
door.
I said, I feel like an idiot, but I'm not calling 911 on these kids. But they harass every business owner. They ring our doorbell. They yell at you if you go down the street. They go in the general store and they like accost customers.
What? What do? They just go in and take their antiques away from them?
No, they like ask them for money, ask them to
Steal
buy
their-
things. They go into the
How old are these kids?
like 9, 10.
Wow. Who's parenting these children?
Don't know. Anyway, so the cop comes on like, I'm sorry to waste your time. He's like, no, tell me the story. I'm like, tell him the whole deal. He's like, okay, what do they look like? I'm like, I don't know.
Kids?
Yay high.
They look like Ewoks. Go find some Ewoks off.
But guess what? As I arrived, so he's like, okay, I'll go take a look for them. As I arrive to work, I've got one of those Ring doorbells where it shows up on your phone. My doorbell rings. I'm like, those little are there again. Mm-hmm. I click it on. Mm-hmm. It's the cop. Mm. So I say, what's going on? He's like, I got him. And I got one of them here. He wants to apologize.
Wow.
I said, I'm at work. He's like, okay.
Man,
And I said, thank you, officer.
That's cool. Wow, he
My
actually
name's Dan O'Toole, and I support this ad.
sounds like that cop had a busy day planned, eh?
I want to read that police report.
Busy day. Got a coffee at Timmy's, then a donut at the local bakery, then a young sportscaster, well, not young, called me, said 2 pre-adolescent boys were harassing him, so I apprehended one.
It's a boy and a girl.
Oh, a boy and a girl were harassing him, so I apprehended the boy and brought him over to apologize, and he wasn't there.
Here's the
To
thing.
serve and protect.
Here's the thing. What if they keep doing it? What if they're
They
like,
probably will.
I
Why
know
don't you
you
just
did.
accept it?
I know you did it. You're going down.
You're going to have to move. Yeah, they're going to start spray painting on your house.
Dan, why'd you have to move? Well,
The Watson twins from down the road were spray painting my house and stealing my firewood. And
I'm going to get home tonight. My place is going to be ransacked.
it probably will. It probably will be trashed. At the very least, they will toilet paper it. Didn't you do that kind of stuff, though, when you were a kid? I feel bad. I did that kind of stuff when I was a teenager. Like, we had a librarian. I'm going to just fess up right now. Her name was Mrs. Holmberg, and she was a dour woman, not super friendly, but not, like, really mean, just not friendly. And she lived out at Baptiste Lake, at one of the lakes near town. And because we had nothing to do, we would, on a Friday night, get into my buddy's truck.
You drive there?
Oh, yeah. We'd get into my buddy's truck.
Come on, it'll be fun.
We'd have, like, what did we throw with it? I think we threw, like, water balloons or something.
At her house?
Yeah, like, we'd have, like, a bunch of them. And we just, like, middle of the night. So imagine that. Middle of the night, you're in a quiet lake. It's, like, so quiet. All of a sudden, against your window. Like, can you imagine how terrifying that would be? I feel so bad now. And then...
Did she come out?
Well, no, the first time no one did. And we ran and then got into the truck and sped away like a bunch of losers. And then I remember once, though, maybe the second or third time we did. We only did it a few times. I remember her husband came out about, 30 seconds after it happened. And he was like, "Who are you?" "Who are you?" Fucking haunts me to this day. You imagine him standing on his deck, powerless. His wife's like, "Go out and do something." Yeah, so anyway, I'm sorry to Mrs. Holmberg.
Who are you? You're lucky you didn't do that to my house because you'd be in jail by now.
I know. Well, retroactively, I could still be arrested. The Alberta RCMP might be at my door when I get home tonight. Flying out.
That's quick justice, I tell you.
That would be a good name for a show. Small town police officers taking care of little jobs for you. The kids who harass you.
They're gonna pelt me with rocks or something.
Yeah, it's gonna be ugly. They're gonna slash your tires. Where do you park? Do you park right in front of your house?
I park in my driveway.
In front of your house?
No, in my driveway beside my house.
Oh, you have a driveway beside your house. Mm-hmm. But that's still right on Main Street.
That is.
Oh, boy. That's not good for your car. That's not good at all.
This is going to be a special podcast. We're having a call-in special.
Yeah, this is fun.
Before we get to our call-ins, though, Stoff created a great song for our live podcast, which we did in Ottawa. By the way, I listened to air checks today. I found old air check tapes. And if you have cassettes and you need to transfer them, I found it. I went to Amazon. I found this little cassette player that you can just put an MP3 into, and it puts it right onto the stick. $30. Because these people that want to transfer them, they're like, oh, it's $25 a tape. No, I just saved myself a ton of money. Good. I listened today. I was not a good broadcaster. I think we've already gone over that. Stoff, so can we
Looking forward to hearing more of those clips.
Can we hear the song you made for the Algonquin show?
Gonk it up!
Come on, it'll be fun.
Whoa. Welcome to the hiccups.
Gonk it up!
Come on, it'll be fun.
It has changed my life.
Whoa. Come on, it'll be fun.
Gonk it up!
CK DJ.
Yeah! Gonk it up!
Let's gonk it up, yo!
Gonk it up! Yeah! Let's gonk it up!
CK DJ.
Let's gonk it up!
Stoff, you should be making like $1 million a night at Marquee at the Cosmopolitan in Vegas.
Martin Garrix, get out of the way.
Yeah, Skrillex, you're done. Calvin Harris, go yourself.
Hey, speaking of DJs,
Tiesto, you suck. Is he dead?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
I think so.
R.I.P. Tiesto.
Speaking of DJs, Tubesy, who's been on the podcast, who had surgery on his penis, he's going to be DJing on Trent Radio in Peterborough, Ontario this week. He's a student there, so I guess you get to go on the radio if you want to.
Okay.
I don't know how these things
So wait,
work.
is he a broadcasting student?
No.
Yeah, well, but that's like any college radio station. You just volunteer, right? So he's going to be playing some cool dance tracks and such? Because he's big into the EDM life, right?
Tubesy hitting the airwaves for the first time at the same place I first hit the airwaves, because I did co-op at Trent Radio while I was in high school.
Oh, boy.
Before we get to our
Can I hear some of those Trent Radio tapes?
No, those
Because we've heard the CKDJ tapes. I'd like to hear those Trent Radio tapes.
Oh, it got worse. The tapes I was listening to, I had to stop. I'm like, I can't listen to this.
Wow. How did you...
CKDJ.
Who encouraged you when it was very clear that someone should have discouraged you?
Okay, I need your serious help here. So we've booked our vacation time. I now am going to be taking a week vacation with my kids. We're going back to PEI, so we're going back there. They can't get enough of it. I'm also taking a week and going somewhere in the world, and I needed your take on this.
1 week.
1 week.
Okay.
Ireland, Scotland, Amsterdam.
That's already my choice.
A week in Italy.
That would be good too.
Spain, but I don't really like Spanish food.
Well, then let's scratch it off the list then.
But isn't it beautiful?
Oh, it's fantastic. And I don't understand how you can not like Spanish food. It's seafood. It's all this delicious stuff. All the tapas.
Or someplace tropical.
Well, it seems like you've done the tropical thing.
Yeah, I like
right?
being warm, though.
I know, but it's the summer, so you're going to be warm. It's Europe in the summer. You're going to be real warm.
So you're going for the first option.
So no. Let's talk this through. Let's scrap the tropical thing. Let's get
tropics.
you over to Europe.
Okay.
My first instinct was Ireland, Scotland, Amsterdam, but for 1 week, I feel like if you had 2 weeks, that would be my choice.
Well, you could take one of those stops out.
Yeah, I think you should. Being Irish, I think you should do. Why don't you do like 3 days in Dublin, 4 days in Amsterdam, or vice versa? Easy flight from Dublin to Amsterdam. You could fly to Dublin direct, then fly from Dublin to Amsterdam direct, and then back.
But I
to
thought
Dublin
you can
home.
do Amsterdam in like 2 days.
I think you're going to want more. I'm just gonna boldly predict that after 2 days you'll be like, "Oh, I should have done."
So not Ireland, Scotland.
Well, I love Scotland. Scotland's beautiful. But I'm just talking time. Like I'm just saying, you could do all three of those things in a week. No question you could. I just would think you might. But then again, it's just, you're not going to be with the kids, right? Mm-hmm. So yeah, maybe you could do that. If you did one city in Scotland, like if you did Edinburgh.
Yeah.
So do Dublin, Edinburgh. Yeah, man, do that. But Italy, where would you go in Italy though?
Here's the thing about Italy. It's
Longer flight.
Ireland, my people are there. O'Toole. But Italy, red wine,
Oh, it's
pasta.
It's a country that lives up to its reputation.
And they eat late.
Not as late as the Spanish. That's where you want to go for that. I think Italy would be good too. And it's a tough one. Honestly, though, if you're only going for a week, I would do that Ireland, Scotland, Amsterdam.
Or Ireland, Amsterdam.
Yeah, or Ireland, Amsterdam.
Okay. Thanks for...
That'd be my vote. But I'd love to hear from the podcast listeners what they think. Especially if Ben Teller is still in Amsterdam at that time. You could visit.
Oh, Jay.
You know who's there right now? Friend of the podcast, Steve Webb. So Steve Webb and Ben Teller, they should hit the town together.
Can you imagine if that actually happened? How do we make that happen?
Ben Teller would die.
Well, let's see if we can make that happen. What a way to go, though, eh? Amsterdam, sandwiched in between two Hungarian prostitutes.
Webby sent me a picture while walking around Amsterdam.
What is he
today.
doing there? Business?
No clue. He's there with the NHLPA doing something.
He's in Amsterdam with the National Hockey League Players Association.
I don't ask.
wanna-
He's like, I've got to go.
want to speak that out into the world.
So,
I hope the NHLPA current players are excited about where their dues are going. They go to Webby's hotel room.
he sent a picture of a magic mushroom seed bank. They sell magic mushrooms there?
And you can get anything there, man. Oh yeah, you're definitely gonna want 4 days there. Plus, it's like, all jokes aside about the whole seedy side of it. It's just a beautiful city with amazing museums, art museums, which we know you love.
I can only do one a day.
That's
I know
fine.
that.
Yeah, you don't have to do all of them one day. And the people are so beautiful, and they speak such good English.
Okay, good
It's
food?
easy.
Good food?
Well, that's the thing. Like it's fine, but they're not. I don't think you would say the Dutch are known for their cuisine worldwide. You know what is good is Indonesian food there, because they settled Indonesia, so you get some of that. But yeah, you're not going there for the grub. Like if you want a food thing, then you probably just want to do Italy, because I don't think Ireland, Scotland, and the Netherlands are really the champions of worldwide
Great
global
food and red wine. That's like my Disneyland.
Well, then do Italy.
I think we might have to. I don't
Yeah,
know.
do Italy.
But I still need to
The
see
problem
my
with
people.
Italy, though, is there's so, do you go to Florence? Do you go to Rome? Do you go to Venice? Do you go to Capri? Do you go to, do you go to Milan? You could go.
Or do you spend a week in Ireland? I just walk around. I'm here,
You could do that, too. And
guys. I'm here.
You wouldn't hate it. You wouldn't hate it. Here's the thing. You can't make a wrong choice. And none of those places are going anywhere. You go one place this year, and you go the next one next year. Mm-hmm. But yeah, if food is a real priority, I think maybe Italy should be your choice.
Okay.
Oh, we got some callers.
All right, so we're going to open up the phone lines. Again, this is strange. Danny sent out a tweet. Because
Danny, our social media
podcast
guy.
is not live.
Danny Wright.
So we told people, call in at 9 o'clock, and it looks like people followed directions correctly.
Yeah.
And Stoff, what do we
The
have?
lines are jammed right now, so we
okay,
will
let's get to
start
it.
in Toronto with Peter.
Peter from Toronto.
Hi, Dan. What's going on, boys?
Peter.
Peter?
Yes,
Big Leafs guy?
of course. I'm not watching the boys right now, though. I'm walking home.
I like Peter's energy.
Where are you walking home from, Peter?
Just at the library, lads.
What? What are you doing there? You doing some studying there?
I was studying, but I got more important things to get to right now, Jay and Dan, okay?
Man,
Okay.
Peter wants to get right to it. All business. I love it.
I like it.
All business. You know where I was on Friday afternoon, Jay?
Okay, I'll guess. Ronnie's local.
Roddy's local, buddy, and you know who I saw walk by?
Me?
You!
Yeah.
But, you're with the family. I wanted to be a gentleman and, leave you alone on your day. But, my buddy and I, Lucas, we were sitting on the patio. It was gorgeous out.
Oh, yeah, that was a
we
nice
had to
day.
crack a couple brews, of course.
You know what would have been a gentlemanly move? You say to Jay, hey, I'll look after your kids. You and the wife, you guys go hang out at the bar for a bit.
That would've-
My wife. That's not a bad idea, though, Dan. Actually.
But it kind of would have been creepy if you did approach us.
I would have been fine with it. I would have given you the kid right there, right then and there.
I was going to yell out, where's the banana hot dog? But I didn't. I refrained myself, so.
I would have just pointed to my peen.
Well, okay, sorry. I'll let the staff get to the other callers, but just one thing. I'm a pod listener since day one, boys. And with your first version of the pod, season 1, the OG pod, you guys had you played a segment where these 12-year-old boys called in, they prank called these people. And I can't remember what episode it was, but it was the funniest thing. Dan hated it so much, but Jay loved it. And these guys called into they called these stores and they pranked, and as if they're Jay and Dan, and it was the funniest thing. Stoff
I
will
do
have to
remember
find
that,
it.
yes.
I vaguely remember this. Stoff, do you remember this?
Very vaguely. We'll have to dig that up. At
We'll
some
dig
point,
it
yeah.
up. We'll dig it
Okay,
up
great.
because I love things that Dan hates and I like.
I know. Anyways, thanks again, boys, for having me on.
Oh, it's a pleasure, Peter.
Thanks for
very
calling,
much.
Pete.
Okay, guys, have a good one.
See you, bud.
There goes Pete. Good guy. Yeah.
Did you stop in at Ronnie's local?
No, this is the funny thing. When he said Friday afternoon, I remember Friday afternoon we took my son to the doctor, just a little appointment for 3 months or 4 months or whatever. And then we walked over Kensington Market because the hospital's right by Kensington Market. And we walked by Ronnie's and the patio was full. It was so beautiful. And I said to my wife, her, can we just stop, have a beer? And she's like, we have the kid here. I think we probably shouldn't. I was like, yeah, they won't mind. Actually, they would have loved it if we had stopped. But yeah, we kept going.
That's where you wrote one of your books.
No, that's mostly where I just got drunk every night or so.
Oh, okay.
Post-divorce. Shout out to Vicky and everybody at Ronnie's Local. What a great spot. If you're in Toronto, you should definitely go check it out.
If you get divorced.
If you get divorced or not, or if your marriage is still successful.
Who do we have now, Stuff?
We got Spencer in Edmonton.
Spencer. Sorry about the Oilers.
Yeah, we're used to it.
Hey, Spencer, where'd you go to high school? Let me guess, Harry Ainley.
Skona.
Ah, Skona Lords?
Of course, yeah.
Yeah, nice. So what's going on, buddy? You got a question or anything?
No, I'm just sitting in a Swiss Chalet parking lot right now.
Are you going to go into the chalet?
No.
So you're just sitting there? Had you just eaten at the Swiss Chalet?
Well, I'm enjoying the nice spring weather here in Edmonton.
Yeah.
Went for a drive out to Fort Saskatchewan. Just decided to stop in St. Albert, check the Jays score, and it's not going so hot right now.
No, they're
No,
getting
I-
beat up by the Baltimore
Speaking of getting
Orioles.
used to things, you better get used to that.
Yeah,
Yeah. Well, we've been spoiled the past couple of years, so that's all right.
yeah.
Spencer, I say you should go into the Swiss Chalet, get yourself a chicken on a Kaiser, and get some chalet sauce because you dip that baby in there. You got some goodness.
Okay, but question, white meat or dark meat?
Whatever they give you.
Oh, okay.
I say you order the biggest tub of chalet sauce you can find and then throw it in the face of the employee who sells it to you and be like, that's for what you did to my wife.
My wife.
My wife.
That chalet sauce, when it comes out, it's scalding.
It's hot. That's going to burn somebody.
What even is that? What flavor is that? I can't tell, but it's fantastic.
Yeah, it's a secret little sauce going on in there.
Yeah.
Do I want to know? Probably not.
No.
That's a secret little sauce going on in there. Well, Spencer, this has been great. You have any other thoughts before we let you go?
No, just wanted to say you guys are huge beauties, and thanks for the pod, and thanks for the show. You guys are awesome.
Spencer,
Thanks, Spencer.
you're the best, bud.
All right, guys.
That's Spencer from Edmonton.
Go
Just hang-
Lords. Go
Wonder if-
Skona Lords.
Wonder if the police have been called on Spencer just hanging out in the Swiss Chalet parking lot.
Seems like he stops in a lot of parking lots.
Is that a nice drive to Fort Saskatchewan?
I don't know why you do it unless you work there or live there. All due respect to everyone in Fort Saskatchewan.
Honey, I'm going for a drive.
Gonna go for a quick drive. We're gonna check the crops. My grandpa used to do that all the time.
But it's
Checking
there's
the
no
crops.
crops right now.
I know.
The winter just ended.
I know. He would go and check the crops, and then he would. But he would. That was code for him drinking on the road, taking usually 12 beers.
That's like one of our old stagehands who will remain nameless when he said, this is at Fox, I'm going to move my car. That meant he was going to smoke an entire joint.
I talked to him today. He's doing great.
If I go to Amsterdam, I have to let him know.
Yeah. Oh man, you got to take him with you. 100%, man.
Well,
I would be so jealous.
I'm
That was
already
such a great
taking my
trip.
lady friend, but
Well, he can bring his lady friend.
wait till she finds out. Wait till she finds out. By the way, there's someone else coming with us.
We're bringing a gentleman, older gentleman, with us, and things could get freaky. So, happy whatever. Who's next, Stuff?
We got Daryl in Kitchener.
K-Dub.
Hey,
K-Dub. What's up, Daryl?
Hey, how are you guys doing?
Great. What are you up to, man?
Just watching the Leafs game.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's the return of John Tavares to the island again.
Yeah, he scored.
I just saw that. Yeah.
What's his reception been like this time? We haven't been able to watch a second of the game.
Oh, they've been booing every time he touches the puck. We don't need you, chance. Oh, everything like the first game.
Does
So funny.
does this upset you? Because it infuriates a lot of fans saying like, "Well, what is he supposed to do?" But I like it. It shows the fans a
I
passion.
love it. I think it's great.
Well, it's like it shows that they still care about him, which kind of is annoying. But
No, I don't think it shows that they still care about him. It shows that they care about their team and they think he's a traitor for leaving them.
if they didn't care about him, they wouldn't do nothing though.
No, they care about him, but they hate him. You understand that, right? They despise him now.
Yeah.
But that's okay. Like, Leaf fans shouldn't be upset about that. They should be like, yeah, we got him. We got him, man.
Exactly.
We
and
got the
we're
guy.
hoping for a good playoff push here.
Well, if this game's any indication, it's looking good.
Yeah, except you're meeting the Bruins. The Bruins look scary.
Yeah, they do.
I'm not lying to you. They look terrifying. If I was a team watching them, knowing I was going to play them.
About 3 weeks ago, I was okay with playing the Bruins. Now, not so much.
Yeah.
So do you have a question?
Yeah, what's
happening?
up?
What's on your mind?
What's happening in
I
KW? You in
had
a
a
Swiss
couple
Chalet
questions.
parking lot or anything?
Yeah, the last
no,
guy who
I'm at
called.
home.
Okay.
The last guy who called was in a Swiss Chalet parking lot.
I heard that was that's something. I actually had two questions.
Okay.
Yeah.
The first one is, what advice would you give to a wannabe sports broadcaster? And the second question is, are you guys going to follow through with a giveaway or a contest rather to win a day with Jay at Dan at Wild Water and Wheels.
Okay, we'll get to both
Great-
those questions in a
great
second.
second
First,
question.
I want to ask you, there's a Jersey Mike's in Kitchener, isn't there?
There is, yes.
Have you been?
I have.
Oh, did you get the number 3, the ham?
No, I think I got a chicken cheesesteak.
Is it packed? Is it doing well? I want Jersey Mike's to expand across Canada.
When I went, it was fairly busy. Yeah, expensive, but it's been busy.
Okay.
Sounds like the prices are turning people away.
Okay, so I think Jay and I, we both give the same advice to aspiring broadcasters. Get out of your comfort zone. Go to a city that you've never been to, that you've never heard of, that you don't know anyone. So, say you're living in Toronto and you just finished school, or you're doing a co-op at a radio station or a TV station in Toronto. Go to Fort McMurray. Go to Lethbridge. Go to Moose Jaw. Go to one of these places, because you go to a small station, you get to learn how to do every single thing at the station, and that's where you get the most airtime and the most experience. Would you agree, Jay?
Oh, I couldn't agree more. 100%.
As for the day at Wild Water and Wheels,
Oh, yes, it's the theme song, yes.
you know when he finishes that, he's
like, I nailed that take.
I believe we need to have a podcast day at Wild Water and Wheels if they get on board.
We could do a live podcast from Wild Water and Wheels.
That would be amazing.
That would be pretty nice. A nice tie-in.
So, yeah, if that happens, we'll let you know. We'll send out the alerts on the podcast.
Awesome. Thanks for taking the call, boys.
Thanks, pleasure.
Bud. Make sure you get a number 3 next time at Jersey Mike's.
I'll take note of that.
Have a great night. Who's next, Stoff?
Next, we got Drake in Michigan State.
Drizzy?
Drizzy. Aubrey, I guess.
Aubrey?
One way of putting it, I guess.
East Lansing?
Yeah, East Lansing, student at Michigan State. So you can imagine it's happening here right now. It's an exciting time. Yeah,
It must be incredible. You should be out celebrating.
That was last night.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, but
Were classes canceled Monday?
For the upcoming Monday, or
No, for
today?
like today.
Oh no. One good thing is we had all of our normal schedule today, but like for a week from Wednesday, I have an exam, and the professor today just kind of said, "Hey, we're going to throw in a Final Four prep day on Friday."
Nice.
Yeah,
That's a
and
good
That's
prof.
kind of the theme that's going on right now throughout campus. But you know, it's a good time to be a Spartan for sure.
Oh, that's very exciting. How did you get to get into the podcast in East Lansing? Are you from Canada or are you from the States?
No, I'm born and raised in Michigan my entire life, so I'm not too far away. But actually how I got into you guys was I'm a NASCAR fan as well. So I watched it's now the Pinty series, the Canadian NASCAR series, and you know I loved it, and that's how I kind of got into TSN. Found you guys, and then you guys came down to the States, which was awesome, and found the pod, and you know it was great listening to you guys. You guys are hilarious, but then it led me into so many other areas. I became like a CFL fan. I'm busy right now. I can't keep up on the podcast all the time, but even once in a while, check in on Duffy's podcast. So you know it's.
Hey, now.
Yeah, but it's I love hearing you guys. The pod's obviously probably my favorite podcast. I just wish I had more time for it now, but yeah, that's probably in a nutshell how that happened.
You're an honorary Canadian, essentially.
Yeah.
If you guys want to call me that, that's an honor. Proud American for sure. But we love you boys up north.
Okay, I have to unpack a few things. Pinty's, have you tried their chicken fingers?
No,
They're
I heard
amazing. Had them the other night.
I think the Nuggets just got recalled. So stick to the fingers, not the Nuggets. The Nuggets just got recalled.
Yeah, next time. So the only place I've ever been to in Canada is Windsor, and it's for the same reason Dan would go, which is the casino. But
I'll just say this.
Hey, I got my shoes there.
Windsor if you're looking for just a tiny microcosm of the entire country, the whole country's like Windsor. It's strip clubs, it's casinos. That's the whole country. So you've basically seen Canada.
I'm down, but yeah, I mean that's pretty much been my thing. But next time I'm in Windsor, I'm definitely going to go try out some pinties. Guy, a couple of calls ahead of me, sounded like Swiss Chalet was pretty damn good. So
you should definitely
try. Places we got to go to. I did work at a Tim Hortons too for a short bit in high school. So
I also wanted to ask. You said you're a CFL fan. So do you have you adopted a CFL team?
When people ask me that, like I haven't necessarily adopted a team. If I had to choose one, it'd probably be the Tabbies because they're so close. But when it comes to latching myself onto a certain team yet, I'm a Lions fan, so I already take a lot of pain. So yeah, I haven't attached myself hardcore to a certain team yet.
Yeah, that's fair. I think that's fair.
Have you been to the new re-energized Detroit City?
Yeah, I wasn't raised too far away from downtown. I'm not going to pretend like I'm 8 Mile or anything, but Detroit, it's really on the rebound. It's a great city. I love going down there all the time for Wings games. Tigers are starting up. I'm going to have to make it down to a few games there this year. I go down to the IndyCar race every year down on Belle Isle, as well as the Indy 500. As you guys can guess, pretty big racing fan. But Detroit, absolutely love it. Great city, definitely on the upswing.
Nice.
Thanks for calling in, bud.
Yeah, and good luck to your Spartans in the Final Four. That's very exciting.
Thanks so much, guys.
Yeah, thank you very much
thanks
for listening.
finding the podcast because, again, I just finished another stupid murder podcast, and there was no conclusion. They didn't find who really did it.
It was Serial, right? You watched?
Yes.
Listen to? Yeah, I feel bad because that's the only one in that genre that I've listened to, and I listened to it and I thought it was pretty interesting, but I agree with you. There's no conclusion.
Yeah, I thought, okay, they're going to find the person that really did it, or this guy's going to admit it. Something. You just finish and you're like, what the f***?
Yeah, now in hindsight, it was such a sensation. I still can't understand that. Who's next, Stoff? Who do we have next? We've got to get through a few more of these.
Ours always has a start and a finish, our podcast. We don't leave you hanging.
Or does it?
Alrighty. So this next guest, Dan, I'm going to ask you this. Do you know where Green Bank, Ontario is?
Green Bank? No.
Well, this gentleman claims that it's very close to Orono, Ontario.
This is one of the kids that's been terrorizing him.
Yes, we are talking to Wes.
Wes, where's Green Bank?
Well, Dan, if you diesel up to 57 and you diesel down the 47 and you come through Port Perry and you're hanging north up the Highway 12.
Yeah.
We're about 5 minutes up the Highway 12, so about 30 minutes from Orono.
That is a slick, small-town Ontario accent.
Holy bud. Do you ever make it to the Orono Bakery?
Dude, I was the one that was talking about the Orono Butter Tart Festival, or sorry, the Enniskillen one, just up the road.
Okay.
I was there for the Orono thing when it rained, and you and Bickle were giving away his truck.
Oh, right. And then...
It rained.
Yeah.
But it rained.
But people thought I said we're giving away Brian Bickle's truck, and we weren't really doing this. And then people thought we were, and then people got angry that we weren't giving it away. Luckily, no one did the 5 shots or whatever that we told them they had to do because Bickle was getting nervous.
Well, yeah, no, anybody wants Brian Bickle's truck.
Yeah.
Nice Dodge. I think it was a Cummins.
Or any truck, really, that's free.
Well, yeah, out this way, you get any sort of like $500 scrap piece of metal, you're in the luck. You're gold. You're flying.
What do you think? Fired up.
Rumors around going. Dan O'Toole had a Dodge Ram a couple years ago, but now he doesn't. Apparently, I don't know what is this.
That was the rumor. We thought we were getting Dodge Rams at one point on this podcast.
That's true. We thought Dodge was going to give us Rams, and we were going to happily accept those Cummins.
And just ride those bulls into the sunset.
Big time. Gone out of here. Yeah.
Well, yeah, the Juicy Man's here. The Juicy Man number 2. Because, Engineer Jim, I don't know what it is. I don't know what I've done, but he, for some reason, has a real liking to me on the Twitter machine.
That's great.
So, yeah, I don't know. Thank you, Engineer Jim. I never got to say that before. Yeah, I've been a fan back in the day, in the old TSN days, like the old, the version 1, what they call it, right, Jim?
1.0.
1.0. And then I followed you guys to the Big Americas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
2.0.
Oh, man, yesterday with the guy with the double guns blaring off at the Texas race.
Danny
Oh, my
Hamlin
God.
won the Texas race, and yeah, he was shooting a couple of guns. We were wondering if they were fully loaded.
America.
It's Texas. You were wondering? Really? That's what bugged. Come on, boys. But yeah, I did ask a question that I know producer Tim will never put on air to the Jay and Dan mailbag.
Let's hear it.
What's that?
And this is weird, but they say it's the first thing that comes in your head, right? So you ask it, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Whoever's in Danny Wright or whoever's in charge of the social media.
Yeah, Danny Wright. Very
So,
good. Good name.
First thing to come into your head, have any of you either experienced a tapeworm?
No,
Yes,
I have not.
I have.
You've had a
Yes,
tapeworm?
because I had with my first wife. She had cats.
My wife.
And she,
Christoph.
yeah, and we, so she had one cat, and then we adopted a second cat, Napster, from the SPCA, and Napster filled us with the tapeworm.
Okay, but you...
Oh no, that was ringworm. That's not tapeworm.
Good enough. Yeah,
That's
have
different,
6 degrees
right?
With Engineer Jim's tapeworm?
Yeah, that's
Yes.
right.
Did you get ringworm?
Oh yeah.
No.
Yes,
I
I did.
was just wondering because I was just thinking about the ringworm. I was just thinking holy crap, maybe one of these guys have had the tapeworm.
Oh, no,
or the
I
ringworm.
was
but
asking
tapeworm's
Jay.
way
but
worse
Jay's
than
had
ringworm.
Now, have you had a tapeworm?
Neither. No.
Okay.
No.
No worms.
Tapeworm's the thing where it eats you up inside, right?
Yeah, it grows inside you, and
And it eats all your food, and then you lose weight. Mm-hmm. I got to get one of those.
No, boys. No,
No,
do
don't-
not be looking for the tape.
Oh,
Don't
okay.
be looking for the tape.
Okay.
So our horses sometimes get ringworms. So did you lose swaths of hair?
It was just like a little circle
Yeah.
thing on my wrist. It was nothing. It didn't really affect me that much. Had to put some ointment on it. And just like scabies, kind of typical stuff I get throughout the year through some of the various things that I do.
Yeah, just a quick rabies needle and you're good to go. One of those big long ones. They're like 5 feet and they just give you right in the gullet.
Right in the ass.
Well, we appreciate the call. I can't wait to have a beer with you in Greenbank this summer.
Juicy Man number 2.
Dan O'Toole, it was nice to meet you. I'm the mayor of my town, so if you need advice about how to become mayor of Orono, I'm the guy right here. If you need a mayoral backing support system, I'm your guy.
Yes.
Love you, buds. We'll talk to you next week. And, wait, never mind. No, we won't.
No, we won't be.
You can give us
Well,
a call.
maybe.
Why not?
Another
Call
6
in.
months.
Call in at this time next
I
week.
feel like you should call in on the regular. So maybe next, reach out to us on the Twitter machine and identify yourself. I assume it's at mayor of, what was it called? Greenpoint Island?
I was actually described. You know that Robin guy that calls in?
Yes, Robin
From
Black.
Winnipeg? He's a roofer or singer or
No,
something?
Saskatoon, yeah.
Yeah, I was described as him, but without the drugs.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
have been. I was. When he came on, people described it to me as that. Anyways, love you, bud. We'll
Okay.
talk to you soon.
Talk to
Okay,
you, bud.
take care.
Nice to talk to you. Later.
Later. That guy. I like that guy.
He's great. He's
I
full of energy.
make him a regular on this podcast instantly. I like that. Okay, let's get through we've got 3 more to get through here.
Yeah. The thing with Robin is we like the drugs.
Yeah, I was going to say, you don't want Robin without the drugs.
yeah.
All right, so we went to Michigan State before. Now we head over to Iowa with Sean.
Wow. Man, Sean, I got to say, we're getting a lot of American love tonight. Sean, what's going on in Iowa?
Hey, buds, what's happening?
Are you in Des Moines?
I'm in Dubuque, Iowa.
Dubuque. Okay. How big is Dubuque?
I don't know, about 20,000 maybe.
Okay.
All right. Okay. All right. That's bigger than Orono. How did you find out about the podcast?
Well, actually, I'm from Cowtown, Calgary.
Oh, nice.
And how did you find your way to Iowa?
I go to school here, so I'm here at school right now, and yeah.
Okay.
What are you doing? What are you studying?
I'm studying flight operations.
Are you going to be a pilot?
Trying to.
Cool. That's very cool. And how did you end up going to school? And how did that happen?
Well, actually, I'm also here. I got recruited here to play sports. I play baseball as well.
Oh, amazing! So you're a baseball player. You got a scholarship.
Yeah.
To where? Iowa State?
No, it's the University of Dubuque. So it's a small school.
Seems like that you made that up.
Well, I hope not, because I'd be getting a big education right now.
That's very cool. What are you, a freshman, sophomore? What year are you in?
Second year, so sophomore.
Nice. And are you loving it? It must be a blast.
Oh, it's a great time. Yeah. Well,
Beautiful Midwestern women.
well, there's lots of beautiful Midwestern women, but not around here. Gotta drive a couple hours.
Have you put any hours flying yet?
Oh yeah, I've got oh gosh, I gotta think about that. Yeah, I've gotten quite a bit of hours so far. So.
What are you flying right now? Cessnas?
Yeah, just little Cessnas.
Okay.
What do you have a question for us or anything before we?
Well, I got a couple questions. I actually got one question. What is your favorite bar in Calgary?
Favorite bar in Calgary? I'm embarrassed to say I don't know the scene there that well.
Yeah, I haven't been there enough recently.
I was thinking Jay would know that because he's just from up there.
What's the Irish one? Kaylee's, is it called? Or that's owned by Dr. Vickers?
Ooh, I know which one you're talking about. I'm trying to remember.
I remember being on Electric Avenue in the 90s. That's how old I am. I don't know the bar scene.
I remember going to the old...
Is the French Maid still open?
French Maid's closed. I remember going to the old Cowboys, but now it's at the casino, right?
Yeah, the new Cowboys now is a lot different than the old Cowboys.
Okay, so we failed on that question. What's your second one?
I guess it's just another comment, but it seems because I also, before I lived in Calgary, I lived in the States, and I've been up in Canada quite a bit, and when I was moving to Calgary, disappointed that you guys were heading back down to the States, and then when you guys came back from Fox Sports, it was the same year that I was heading back down with you.
It's you personally. That's the problem.
I know.
Listen, best of luck at school, and I hope someday we're flying WestJet Premium, and you're piloting the plane for us.
And if you are, can you send cocktails back to us?
Oh, just for you, Dan. Just for you.
Okay, thanks, bud.
Have a good one.
Okay, do well in school. Make us proud.
All right, who's next? Who's hanging on the line?
That guy's going to be flying us around.
I'm excited. Private jets.
We got Tim in Winnipeg.
Producer Tim in Winnipeg. Oh, no, different Tim. Tim in Winnipeg, hanging out at the...
Palomino.
The Pal.
You wish. No, I'm at home.
On the Pembina Highway, right on the highway. Transcona.
Are your Jets...
I'm watching the Jets game.
Okay, are your Jets going to the Cup final?
Is there a lot of anxiety about the Jets right now? Because it's been a bit of a...
I have crippling anxiety about the Jets right now. It's killing.
So where is the best bar? Are you legal age to drink?
Yes.
Okay, where's the best bar to watch a Jets game at in Winnipeg?
Well, if I go anywhere to drink, it's usually either King's Head or Brazen.
Okay.
What's the bar in Osborne Village, the pub that's been there forever?
Toad?
The Toad in the Hole.
Yep.
Yeah. Still going strong?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's still feet still stick to the floor.
Love it.
But, that's what do you expect, right?
Yeah, what do you expect? Well, that place has done a nice business over the years.
So, Tim, did you have a question from the Peg tonight?
Well, I'm assuming you guys can't really say anything if you're going to do a podcast tour, right?
Oh, we're going to.
Yeah, we're going to do it. Nothing's confirmed, though.
Okay, so
it's one of those things where
we've
put it into the universe, and we're just hoping someone puts it together.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Well, I think I would say, you know what I would say, stay tuned, Tim, because and listen closely because there's a very good chance we're coming your way.
That would be pretty great.
Yeah, we're very excited about the possibility, especially after doing that live pod at Dan's alma mater, Algonquin College, last week. I saw that Dave Schultz is doing a live Q&A or something event at the Dan O'Toole Theater.
Okay.
So Schultzy from the Globe.
Should go well.
Yeah, should go well. But yeah, no, we're looking forward to it. It would be so cool if we could play the Burton Cummings Theater or something like that.
That'd be fun. Yeah.
Oh man, that'd be awesome. And Burton came out and personally introduced us, and then we sang "Share the Land" together.
Or
absolutely, I'll talk to him about
He apparently lives in Moose Jaw now.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Why there?
Well, he was living in the valley, in the San Fernando Valley in L.A. for decades. Right. And then he got into a car accident last year.
Oh, that's not
like a pretty bad one. And then
right.
he apparently moved back. But I thought, well, okay, I'll move back to Winnipeg. But he went to the Moose Jaw. Maybe he's got a lady there, a lady friend.
They've got a casino there, I think. I don't know. I could be wrong.
Who knows? Hey,
Maybe.
Tim, thank you for calling in, and go Jets go.
Absolutely.
Thanks,
Okay,
brother.
guys.
See you,
Take
bud.
care.
Does Moose Jaw have a casino, or is that Swift Current? We stopped there one night on the
Swifty we stopped in. I don't think we
Swifty,
stopped in Moose. Moose Jaw has this spa. You'd like that.
Oh, I like
kind of like one of those natural spas.
Yeah,
you know?
I hate spas, but I like the Scandinavian spa where you just go from water to water, and it's all hot water.
Water to water. The Dan O'Toole story. What? Any more stuff?
Or did you close them off?
We got one final
One
here.
caller, and
it
then-
is Lucas in Toronto.
Lucas, what up?
Hey, what's up, guys?
Where are you? Where in Toronto are you?
I'm at U of T at the architecture school, Daniels.
Oh, nice. That's very cool. You're going to be an architect, the next Frank Gehry.
Maybe one day, but this is funny. So we got to take this full circle right now.
Let's do it.
The first caller you had was one of my best friends, Peter, and he was just on the line talking about how we saw you at Ronnie's on Friday.
Oh, you were there too?
Yeah, I was there too. What are the odds that we both get on?
That is pretty crazy. Or it just means we only had 5 callers.
Wait, you were on the line since then?
No, I was maybe on the line since maybe 3 callers ago.
Oh, okay. So did you guys go to Ronnie's and have drinks that day?
Yeah, it was a nice day. So It was patio weather, so we decided we left class a bit early. We went to the patio, had a couple beers, and we were sitting on the patio. I had my back facing the sidewalk, and all of a sudden my buddy Peter's in front of me, and he looks up and he's like, "You're not going to believe this. Guess who just walked by?" And I'm like, "Who? Who could have walked by?" And he's like, "Jay Onright." And I'm like, "No way, it was Jay Onright." So we're just sitting there. I go and get another beer. All of a sudden, I turn around and I look, and there's Jay walking by.
Were you just walking back and forth in front of the bar? Was Jay just walking back and forth?
Pretty much. That's how I spend a lot of my afternoons.
I think, he was just pacing. I think he wanted a pint or something.
Oh, I really did that day. It was so nice out, and the patio looked so fun.
Lucas, how old are you?
I'm 20, turning 21.
Oh, okay. I was going to ask you. You go to the younger bars because I'm headed out to Toronto this weekend, and I wanted to go try a new bar to have a tasty
Ronnie's.
cocktail.
Yeah,
go to Ronnie's.
Maybe go to Ronnie's.
Yeah. Take the lady. Oh, you guys would have a great time.
Okay, maybe. We'll see.
Who knows how that night will end? You and Ronnie himself may fall in love.
Is Ronnie alive?
He's the father of, I think Vicky explained this to me. Vicky is the co-owner. It's her dad, I think.
Oh.
She is from Red Deer, Alberta.
Okay.
That's why there's a little Oiler paraphernalia there.
Well, that's great. We're glad you got through, and we're glad Peter got through. And maybe we'll see you this weekend at Ronnie's local.
Oh, yeah, for sure, guys. Thanks so much.
Yeah,
Okay.
good luck, and looking forward to some of the iconic buildings that you'll design someday.
Hopefully one day. Thanks, guys.
Take care.
Appreciate it. We've got some smart listeners. We had an architect. We had a guy training to be a pilot. The guy in Michigan, we didn't ask him what he was doing.
I wasn't interested, really.
Drake, he's a rapper.
Oh, he's studying to be a rapper?
He's studying to be a
Must
hip-hop
be.
star.
Oh, okay.
At rap school.
Didn't know there was rap school.
That was really, really fun. I really enjoy those call-in pods. Really great.
Yeah. It's therapeutic. We get to speak to people that listen to the podcast and answer those pressing questions. Have you had a tapeworm?
Yeah, I can't believe I mixed up ringworms and tapeworms, but hey, they're all worms. Well, ringworms. Let's just say I've had worms.
All right. Thanks for your calls. Thanks for listening. Bye-bye.
Talk to you next week.